guys, it's good to be back. Yeah, so I don't know, I guess I'll get right to it. The rear pinion seal's holding up perfect. There's not a drop of oil on the ground, which is awesome. Gas tank, however, is leaking pretty good, which is friggin' ridiculous. So I don't know what to do about that. Like, it's just the whole bottom is rusty and it's leaking through little tiny pin rust holes. So I don't know. But yeah, so here's my 3 power steering pumps. I think they're all out of 3 liters, which is weird because we have way more 22 REs than 3 liters. But anyways, when I was taking apart the other 3 liter pump, I noticed that they're almost the same, so it shouldn't be too hard to get one of these guys to work. That one's the only one I don't know about because it's got a serpentine belt on it. I really have no idea. Maybe that's out of a 2-wheel drive. I'll bet you it is. I'll bet you that's what that is. And these ones are 4-wheel drives. Okay. Well, as you guys can see, that pump is at an angle, like it's sitting like that, and what they've done is they've tapered the reservoir and have the fitting come in at an angle. All the 3 liter pumps are straight up and down, and the pumps, instead of sitting like that, they sit flat. But if I mount the pump like that, like the flat one, then I won't be able to use the stock pump, or the stock belt. So what I have come up with is something else. I'll show you guys. Okay, well here's a spare box we've got. They've got the, I think it's the low pressure line and the high pressure line. The low pressure line is just it's a fitting with a little, maybe 2.5 inch little nubbin thing coming off it. And you guys remember this? That's that old 3 liter pump or reservoir base that I cut off to make that super long pump. But that's what I did. All I did was I cut that little nubbin that came off there, cut it in half, and I pressed it in. It's actually a perfect fit. You can't press it in by hand, so I had to use my vise on this end and that end, and I squished it together. It is so tight I can't turn it or nothing. So, and all it is it's a feeder line, so that should work perfect. So now I can mount the pump all friggin' cockeyed like it is on the 3.4, because these ones sit flat and the reservoir just comes off it straight, but the 3.4 sits at an angle like that. So now all I got to do is mount the pump, or mount the reservoir thing onto there, and I have a remote friggin' reservoir. Friggin' right. That means I can use absolutely anything for a reservoir now. I could use a freaking pop bottle if I wanted to. Yeah. Friggin' right. So now the pump, hopefully all the other mounts are the same. I might have to change that one, but that looks like it'll mount in. I couldn't use the stock 3 liter one because that's what it looks like. And with the 3.4, it's got 2 bolts here, and it wraps and then it goes way in. Like, it's not straight like that, it's offset. Maybe that hole is where that hole is, so it won't line up, so I have to use the 3.4 liter. So I'm hoping that's the same. If it is, then all I gotta do is swap that front bracket thing and Bob's your uncle. So now I guess I gotta take the 3.4 pump out and swap this guy in and see what happens. Yeah. Alright, so I had a little bit of a problem. You see the keyway in this? Yeah, this is a keyway pump. This is off the 3 liter. I think I figured something out. All the V-belt pumps, they use a keyway, and the serpentine ones use splines. But what I did is I found out that the inside diameter of the back side where the splines weren't was 9/16. So I went down, put this on my lathe, and friggin' used a 9/16 bit and hogged out all the splines. You can see the remains of some of them, and so I can fit it on here now. Only thing is you can see, oops, sorry, you can see that she spins like that. So, I did tighten down the nut a little bit and it stops it from spinning, but I don't know how much I can trust that. So, like, maybe I'll just impact the friggin' nut on and hope for the best. But, I don't know. What I'd ideally like to do is get a little Dremel tool and Dremel a little keyway into that, but I don't know if I could actually do that. Oh, batteries are gonna die. So. Alright, well what I ended up doing was jamming a screwdriver down into that hole and jamming it in there and torquing the crap out of it with my ratchet wrench. And yeah, it's not gonna spin. Like, that's friggin' awesome. As long as the nut stays tight, she won't spin, because I put all my weight onto it and all it did was tighten the nut more and this thing did not spin at all. So that'll work. Friggin' right, it will. So now, oh, and I did not modify this pump at all. The only thing I did was I modified the reservoir to be a remote feed, and I drilled out the splines on the pump, or on the pulley. That's it. No other modifications. So if I do this, yeah, it's the way she goes. All I need to do is swap out the pumps. I can transfer over my remote reservoir and the pulley. Yeah. Okay, first inspections of the pump. The 3.4 liter. It's got a longer flange thing like that, and that bolt is in the way. I just tried lining it up. This one's flush at the back, that one's not. I might have to modify that bracket a little bit. Another thing I noticed, that's the original bracket off this pump. It's flush with that one, like this hole flush with that. When I put it on this one, first thing you notice is that bottom hole, there's no bolt for it, and it's also raised maybe an inch, so I'm gonna have to figure out something for that. Drilling a hole in there won't be a big deal. I could drill a hole right there to line up to that one, but it's the gap I'm worried about. So mounting this is going to be the hardest part of everything. Stop leaking. Yeah, so I'll see what I can come up with. Well, a little bit of time has passed. I got the pump in place. It's all bolted down. I just use a spacer to tension it down, and it's quite tight, so that's good. What I did is I mounted the reservoir right there beside the battery. I ran a line off there to there. I don't know if that's good because it's a little bit kinked, so that might not be good. But the return line, I'll show you guys what I did. I came off here, and instead of going up over it, I came out the top here into this. Friggin' right I did. That's my old transmission cooler. I also used it as a pre-air cooler for the onboard air that I had. And then I ran it off there around into this steel line, and then up to here and into the reservoir. Friggin' right. And then for this, it's ugly, but it works. I welded a piece of steel off there and tied it to the battery, and I've got a little one welded down there, so it's a little bit sloppy because of that hole, but other than that, it'll hold. I just topped her up, and I'm gonna fire it up for the first time again and see what happens. If this pump doesn't work, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably cry a little bit, but that would be one day wasted. And right now I can't afford another day wasted because I got like 32 days left until I move, and it's not a lot of time, believe me. So yeah, let's fire her up, see what happens. Friggin' rights, it works. Works really good. I just have to drill out the restrictor plate inside the thing, but yeah, I can turn. Friggin' awesome now. I think I got a little leak though. I probably shouldn't have used zip ties, so I'll just replace those with some clamps, but yeah, friggin' rights, it works. So it was the pump. I knew it was the pump. It's frustrating, but now victory for me. Okay guys, this is so amazing. Like, I just got an email from YouTube. Your YouTube account, Analog56X, might be eligible to earn revenue from playbacks of your videos. That means, like, they want me to be a partner now, I think. It's like they want to pay me for my videos. Holy, I am so excited. I am just... Oh, thank you everybody who has subscribed to me or like made a shout out or helped me out by like telling your friends about my videos. Just thank you guys so much.
I'm so happy right now. This is so exciting. Oh man, this is awesome. This is just so awesome. Frig. I can't believe it. Thank you guys so much. Well, I just got all scrubbed up. Now I gotta go and head out because I'm going to a bonfire barbecue thing, so that should be pretty sweet. Well, yeah, I didn't actually end up recording anything at the bonfire. It was a lot of fun though. It's a lot of fun, but I gotta get used to being around people and recording. Like, I still find it a little bit awkward to do, but shouldn't. I don't know why, but I don't know. I suppose I'll get used to it in time. Anyways, it's 2:30 in the morning and I'm exhausted. It's a lot of fun. I was the last person to leave as usual. It always is when I'm out there. Yeah, so I'll see you guys a little bit later. Take care.